So now we're gonna cover this whole thing with this country singer named Jason Aldean. He's blown up recently. He was featured in like some big, I think it was some big country music Twitter or something like that. He was getting spotlighted, and it was the song called "Try That in a Small Town." And we're gonna watch it, and I'm gonna explain to you exactly why this kind of blew up, became a big thing. This part is the capital American flag, police officers on a horse, Molotov cocktails.
Sucker punch somebody on a sidewalk, carjacking old lady at a red light, pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. You think it's cool, act a fool.
Okay, obviously what he's doing is taking videos from protests and shit like that. He did show people carjacking and robbing stores and shit like that, which obviously isn't fucking cool. But it's these kind of parts that got a lot of people talking. Pretty sure a lot of these came from BLM protests as well.
Stomp on the flag and light it up.
Yeah,
you think it's tough. We'll try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Around here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to...
Yeah, we'll take care of our own unless you're a different skin color of us. That's what we'll do. That's how far we'll go for people of our own. Now, I believe what's actually kind of funny about this is that he doesn't even come from a small town. He comes from a fucking city. Not a small town at all. Let's see, the population, 157,000. Yeah, trying to claim that this is a small town is ridiculous. No, he lives in a fucking city. He's well, this is what a lot of country singers do. They make these songs for the common folk, or the middle class, when they come from very much not these sort of settings. They try to talk about farming, shit like that, when they don't do this shit at all.
Find out, I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town.
Also, what does "try that in a small town" mean? Does it mean someone's gonna shoot you? So he's basically saying yeah, don't fight for racial injustice or in a small town, or else we'll shoot you.
That my granddad gave me. They say one day they're gonna round up. Well, that shit might fly in the city. Good.
You come from the city, you idiot. This isn't him talking about crime or random acts of violence. This is talking about he's using BLM protests for a reason. This is the shit he's trying to come up with. And it's fucking disgusting. There's this guy who talked about it. There's also other people who shared their stories about small town shit like this. I'm gonna try it. Yeah. We'll get back to this. We're gonna watch this video real fast.
I guess Jason Aldean thought he was taking country music to a next level, an extremist right-wing conservative white supremacist level, when he released this new video and new song called "Try It in a Small Town," warning black folks and protesters that fight for racial justice to not try it in a small town. Don't stand up for your rights in a small town because you might get lynched, is his racist, pro-lynching, apparently, message from his video Jason Aldean made recently. At least that's what folks are calling it, pro-lynching, pro-sundown town video, where he consciously made a decision to shoot his video in front of the courthouse in Columbia, Tennessee, where in 1927, notoriously a poor black kid was lynched at 18 years old and hung up pretty much where he has his American flag hanging on the courthouse in the video, which is another, I'm sure, planned event. Everybody knows, and I know Jason because you lived in Columbia, everybody knows that courthouse is where Henry Coates was lynched.
Well, I was actually not aware of that, I'm gonna be honest. But maybe that's because I'm not from Columbia. But that is a good point. Like, that's a very weird decision to have it if that's what you're trying to, like, if you're invoking images of, like, you know, BLM protests, like, don't try that shit in a small town, and that's where you hold it, like, there's gonna be, like, a lot of people who are gonna point out the symbolism there, and it's very much a weird spot for that. It feels like, yeah, it very much is planned, like, hey, don't try that shit.
I know you knew it, and I know you made a conscious decision to shoot it there to send a message. It's a dog whistle. You're a white supremacist, and anybody who likes that video is condoning and supporting white supremacy. And furthermore, Jason, country music is supposed to be for everybody, not just right-wing extremists like you and your little followers. Everybody. And I'm sure if Johnny Cash was alive today, he would agree with me. And I know people like Dolly Parton and Garth Brooks agree with me. Country music's for everybody.
Yeah, a lot of, like, you know, very renowned and loved country music artists are very much people who, like Willie Nelson. There are plenty of, like, you know, country stars who have, like, preached this sort of, like, very much what Jason is, very much against what Jason is trying to preach. Has very much been their stance on it. Like Willie Nelson, Dolly Parton, and Johnny Cash. They're not these, like, sort of, like, they very much are from, like, these, like, parts that, you know, Jason's trying to say that he's from. But, like, they realize that, like, this shouldn't be the shit that you're talking about. They are very much different in that sort of case.
Everybody. And I'm sure if Johnny Cash was alive today, he would agree with me. And I know people like Dolly Parton and Garth Brooks agree with me. Country music's for everybody. All people, no matter who you love, no matter what you look like, no matter what your skin color is, no matter what your politics is, country music's supposed to be for everybody. Not just racist rednecks from a small town. You remember that. One more thing, Jason. I, too, was raised in a small town. Oh, you weren't. You were raised in Macon, Georgia, which is not really a small town, more like a small city. But yeah, I know the history of Macon very well. I'm very familiar with Macon and also Forsyth nearby. Macon has a horrible, horrible history racially, and KKK and lynchings and all that stuff that you seem to support and promote. All that stuff you were taught in Macon. Well, I too was raised in a very small town, population 8,000 people, and I was taught racism in that very small 8,000 population town in Tennessee. And it took me getting out of that town to unlearn that racism, and I'm still unlearning it every day. I suggest you and your followers also try to unlearn your racism.
Oh, this is
Watch
a very
some
good
videos.
point. You know, you made very good points in this, and it's just, it's one of those things where it's like, he's very much trying to promote it. He's very much trying to, like, dog whistle, as he puts it, and it's absolutely disgusting. And of course, like, the worst kind of people are, like, doubling down on this. I think even, like, Benny Johnson, that fucking weirdo creep. But a lot of people have been also been using this to, like, you know, share stories of people who did, not even try it in a small town, but just people who were, like, who have died in, like, small towns, just by doing nothing. Like, I forget what this guy's name was, but, like, it was a very infamous story of this guy who was just kind of jogging and got, like, hunted down and shot by two white guys, maybe even three, I forget. They, like, hunted him down in his truck. I'm trying to find more people, but there's also people who have been using this to, like, use this to, like, just share more and more. Fucking racist. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these were the guys who, like, did it. The guys who shot the jogger. Yeah, this guy at 15 was walking home from buying comic books on Milwaukee Avenue, and two dudes in the Brown's chicken parking lot held up a noose and called me the N-word and told me to get in the truck of their car. What the fuck? Oh my god. This guy is trying to oh my god, he's trying to make it like, oh, white people are, like, being hunted by black people. Which is very much something that I've seen from like fucking white supremacists, conservatives on social media. Like they try to fucking be like, oh no, like white people aren't, like black people aren't getting like hunted down by white people, it's the white people are getting hunted down by black people. Like, fucking shut the fuck up. Uvalde is a small town, Sutherland is a small town, Newtown, Blacksburg is a small town. Try it in a small town, doesn't actually work. Yeah. Oh, here, it's like, I'm old enough to remember when they did that in small town. First of all, that didn't happen that long ago, so that's, the first part is pretty fucking stupid. And guess what? You're, campaigning a murderer. Fucking dumbass. I'm trying to find more of these stories. I don't know. Well, we'll see what he said in response to this.
Society these days, and I don't much understand and don't much give a shit to. One of my many pet peeves is the fact that we live in a society nowadays where people don't get punched in the face anymore. Just a bunch of keyboard warriors hiding behind cell phones and laptops talking a bunch of shit.
Yeah, well, man, he's just trying to, like, you know, I was gonna make a joke, but, like, I can't. He's just so blatant in the fact that he's like, no, I want to hurt people. He so badly just wants to hurt people.
So I got mad as hell the other night on this outdated thing, and I thought I was going to tweet something, and I realized that I don't have the passwords to any of my social media. So I decided to write them some bitches a song. I hope y'all like it. It's called Bury Me Upside Down.
Oh, this isn't even him. It's Brantley Gilbert. There's another fucking loser standing up for him. What? This? I'm pretty sure this one is. Yeah. This one is.
Well, I gotta tell you guys, man, it's been a long ass week. It's been a long week, and I've seen a lot of stuff. I've seen a lot of stuff suggesting I'm this, suggesting I'm that.
Oh no, you're definitely not. You're definitely a white supremacist.
Hey, here's the thing. Here's one thing I feel. I feel like everybody's entitled to their opinion. You can think something all you want to. It doesn't mean it's true, right? So.
Yeah, but don't try it in a small town. You better not say that stuff in a small town.
What I am is a proud American. I'm proud to be from here. I love our country. I want to see it restored to what it once was before all this bull.
Yeah, where we could publicly lynch people and not try to dog whistle about it.
Shit started happening to us.
That's what he wants. I wanted to go back where I could just lynch someone, not say that I want to lynch them.
I love my country, I love my family, and I will do anything to protect that. I can tell you that right now.
No one's coming after your fucking family, dude. Like, this is something that fucking, like, blows my mind about these fucking douchebags. A lot of people that have like this, they always think, and it's because of like mainstream media and like fucking CNN doesn't help either. It's not just Fox and right wing media, it's also CNN media too, where they will like make violence from like regular random people, not from cops, just random people seem more, just make it more common. Like, they will, like, oh, like, you could just walk out and someone will punch you in the face. Like, they make that seem a lot more common than it actually is. So it perpetuates this whole idea that people are going to be attacked. But the thing is that that doesn't just make people scared. There are some people who don't want to be scared. There are some people who like the idea of someone trying to come up and attack them, because that means they will be able to inflict more damage on the person who they think is trying to attack them. Like, there are people who just want to incite violence so much that they're just trying to find a reason to. And that's what, like, these mainstream media outlets do. They give these idiots fucking right to, like, incite violence. And not for, like, I don't really give a shit if people are, like, kind of inciting violence during, like, the BLM protests, because that is against, like, racial injustice. That is being, like, it is a response by people who are getting fucked over by a system. And, like, they only know how to do it that way because that's the only way they can possibly see results. Because either that or they're getting completely fucked by the system anyways. But, like, these idiots are doing because they have, like, this incorrect notion that, like, they're getting fucked by the system when they're benefiting from it the most. Also, he has no fucking response to, like, the actual criticisms that people are doing, like, bringing against him. It's just like, I'm a proud American. What about saying that, like, you're a white supremacist and you want to lynch people? Well, I'm a proud American.
Hey, here's what I want to say. A lot of things out there, and one thing I love, you guys know how it is this day and age, cancel culture is a thing. That's something that, if people don't like what you say, they try and make...
Yeah, if people say that I can't lynch people, that's cancel culture, apparently.
Sure that they can cancel you, which means try and ruin your life, ruin everything.
Was this guy
One thing I saw this week
before this? Like, dude, you obviously made this and are just kind of reaping the benefits from it. Like, didn't Morgan Wallen only really pop off after the whole N-word controversy anyways? Like, that's when, like, everyone started fucking knowing his name, and apparently when a lot of people started listening to him more. Like, again, this is just bringing up, like, controversy creates news. It creates drive. Like, the worst thing you can be when it comes to social media is, like, mediocre. Like, it's not be in the news at all and just play it safe. Like, or else you get no exposure. Really. Like, that's how it works. Like, there's plenty of great country music artists out there. But, like, more people are going to talk about Morgan Wallen when it comes to country artists because more people know about him because of the whole controversy. Like, and of course more people are going to flock to his music because a lot of fans, like, a lot of people becomes fans of these people not because they actually like their work. They just like being anti-cancel culture. They like to think that they're going against the man, as they put it, when they're really just supporting the man.